Hi, Christoph. Thanks for joining us here today. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your role at Frequentis.
Hi, Claudia. Good to see you again. Thanks for the invitation. Yeah, I'm Christopher Aschauer. I'm working at Frequentis since more than 20 years. I'm Director of Marketing and Sales. So I have two roles in the company. First is the marketing and sales side. And I'm also part of the ATM executive team, making sure that we implement our ATM strategy in the market. So my role is very, very close to markets, to customers, and I have always a high interest to talk to customers and to understand the need and the challenges coming from our clients.
That's great. And as we all know, the last 2 years has been so challenging for our industry. So what's new with Frequentis? What have you been doing and where are you going as you come out of this turbulent time?
You're right, Claudia. So it had been very turbulent times for the industry and most of all for our clients, for the NSPs and the airports. So over the years, Frequentis has placed an enormous effort into the development of its portfolio. We have done this by introducing new innovations, but also acquiring new competencies with new companies, and also very important partnerships with leading market players. And this allowed us to build up an impressive portfolio of components and solutions that would address the key requirements of the ANSPs. Our aim, and I think this is very important, I mentioned it already in the first sentence, our aim has always been to listen to our customers. And I'm a strong believer of this close collaboration, also part of the ecosystem that we sometimes talk about, that we listen to our clients and to use the potential for innovation from ANSPs, from the airports, from the airlines, and certainly from the industry to come up with solutions that make us stronger together. After the path of growth of Frequentis with the portfolio elements, now we put together that portfolio elements to form solutions that I already addressed, and linking the portfolio assets together, growing in a very strong ATM portfolio that is of huge benefit for NSPs.
And I think that's so important to work with the customers as you define your solutions, because then you're really thinking about speaking in the voice of the customer, speaking their language, and providing something that they are actually looking for because you've had a conversation with them, rather than putting out products that are maybe more focused on, developing new products than bringing products to market that the market is ready to use. So that's great to hear that you're doing that. But what challenges are you still seeing out there? What challenges do you see your customers facing?
There are a couple of challenges that we see. And also here coming and talking and speaking with the voice and listening with the voice of our customers. It's important to understand the challenges that we see. And one of the challenges that we see in our industries, we're a tech company, is coming also from the technology side. It's the management of more and more different technologies in the air traffic management environment. So the infrastructure in ATC, our ATC equipment that we see, we built them over the last decades. So it's installed there. So the technology that we see within our environments, it's decades old, and it will be there for a couple of decades. So the air traffic management organizations, they have to deal with quite diverse technologies, not only from the technology point of view, because they have to keep them updated but they also have to keep the knowledge, which is a challenge for them, but also for the industry player. And this going forward now, new technologies that we see approaching the industry that can and should be used also in safety critical environment, like AI, for example. This new technology, very new technology, it has to integrate with those legacy systems. But most important, it has to be open, this new technology, open in a way that it can accelerate innovation and do not limit the potential to just few industry players. So the challenge of our industry is that we cope with legacy technology, introduce latest technology, ATM, create latest technology, bring it together and to develop it forward. So this is one of the challenges in the industry coming from the technology side. I would like to mention a second challenge that we see given also the increasing flight numbers. So traffic is almost back to pre-2019 figures. And what we see going forward, we saw that already before 2019, but in the tower and in the terminal area, this is the point where we see in the future most of the challenges for our customers. Traffic is very, very dense there. Customers would like to increase the capacity in the terminal area. We have multiple runway scenarios. We have increasing number of flights. We have challenges for our clients with noise reduction, emission reduction. So in the tower and in the terminal area, there are a lot of challenges for industry, but also for our clients.
And when you talk about new technologies, okay, you're talking about the new ATM technologies, but how do you see emerging technologies? Could be artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain. How do you see things like that or other ones that you would want to mention playing a role in the future?
They play a major role in future. And here I would like to mention how we handle and how we cope and how we deal with new technologies. Industry players like Frequentis, we do not develop, we do not do the technology research per se. This is not our job. Artists are doing that. But we use technology and we apply it for the safety critical market. So we don't use AI just because it's sexy, it's new, it's modern, it provides benefits to us. This is not the reason why we would introduce new technologies. For us, it's very important that we have this very, very critical check whether that new technology is fit for purpose. And if it is not, then we make it fit or we just don't use it or apply it. Now, for, like you mentioned, artificial intelligence, voice recognition is maybe another one. So those technologies per se, we know them and they are in the market also since almost decades, right? But had they been right to use in safety critical application? Maybe not. But now we see that AI is becoming more and more also used also in our systems for applications where we want to start with. And here's also the challenge for our client, for our customers, for the air traffic controllers. Today, the systems are built to support their decisions, massively support decisions. And the aim of our industry to have certainly best performance, best supporting tools, but certainly air traffic control, they do the decisions. So this as today and will be also in future. Now, we are researching the topics, how far can we go? How far can we predict decisions and propose already those kind of decisions? But finally, also in future, human being will be in the center of decision making. This is our strong belief.
Louisiana Control, good day. Orange 4 Yankee Alpha, level 370.
Orange 4 Yankee Alpha, Ljubljana Radar, good day. Identified clear direct to Pixel, level 370.
Pixel, level 370, Orange 4 Yankee Alpha. 12620, Jordanian Terminal 1. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Level 240 after refund clear to gimmicks.
Of course, Frequentis' history is coming from the ATM side, but over the last few years, you seem to become more and more involved with the UTM side. So can you talk a little bit about how UTM and ATM are coming together from your perspective?
I think data sharing between ATM and UTM world and having one situation picture is very, very important also for us. So we are investing, looking into both sides, so into the en-route traffic management as well as in the ATM side of it. We see that data sharing between UTM and ATM is very important. And here kicks in one of our important parts of our slogan, digital, sustainable, safe. Digital means for us also to have standard interfaces so that different systems can talk to each other and can interface to each other and can exchange information. You can imagine at an airport in future, an air traffic controller, he cannot approve every flight of a drone in future. So there have to be mechanism in the background that is safe and secure, that checks every drone flight, whether or not there's a permission and whether there's a flight or a no-flight control zone. That information has to be shared between UTM and ATM, certainly. And then there is some automatic processes in the background. Most important is that data is shared between ATM and UTM. And here, Frequentis invested in the last almost 10 years into field trials, really to have a very good understanding of the future of UTM/ATM systems. It's important maybe also here to mention that you need to have a clear and focused platform approach with standardized and open interfaces. This is for me a must when you consider the overall scenario of an UTM/ATM ecosystem, so to say. You have so many shareholders. It's not only the civil air traffic. There are so many more shareholders besides the NSPs and certainly the airports. It's all the public safety organizations, it's maritime authorities, it's border security, it's defense forces. So you need to have that kind of data sharing, a strong platform that allows for that exchange of information. And this is one of the invests and innovation potentials that we have looked at and where we now had researches, projects, field trials, and also now turning into the reality that we equip NSPs with that kind of strong platforms.
And then speaking of that reality, is there any ANSP that you could maybe highlight what they're doing in this area, that you see them taking a leadership role or doing something really innovative?
There's a couple of them. It's a couple of them strong in Europe. And just looking out of the window, we are headquartered in Vienna. And we're very proud and happy that Austro Control decided for a Frequentis system. So it's not the only one. So we have a couple of systems already up and running. Norway is another example with Avinor, where we have since a couple of years many airports in operation where we have our UTM systems rolled out and field tested. So this is, we have now already a rich customer base on UTM systems and collect certainly experiences as we move forward. For all our NSPs, for all our customers and for us as well, touching the UTM side of the business is quite new. Not everything is in the standards, not everything is now specified. So it's you have to work in a very, very close partnership with customers, with NSPs. With Austro Control, this is possible. We are implementing the UTM system here in Austria together with Austro Control and can roll out also the experiences then to other countries.
And then my last question is coming back to, you mentioned your organizational slogan, digital, sustainable, and safe. So we've already talked about digital. Maybe you can talk about sustainable and safe, and what does that actually mean in the real world?
Thanks, Claudia. This slogan for us is really important, because it's not a slogan only, it's part of our culture. So I talked already about digital. For us, it's very important that we have what we do to the benefit, and it makes sense to provide information and to put information together on a platform approach and to be open. So digital for us means we have and provide to our clients an open platform where we can integrate different applications, not only from us, but going forward also from our clients. Some of our clients from some of our entities have great technology that we could integrate, but also with industry players to share a platform approach, to have a faster path forward, a faster move forward towards innovation, which is digital and part of our DNA. Sustainable for us means with our solutions that we brought into the market, with our arrival manager, departure management, with integrating arrival and departure management systems and solution, that we are pushing forward towards flight optimization. Reduce emissions, whether it's noise, whether it's emissions in other areas, is not only for us, but certainly for our clients, most important. So this is one part of sustainability. Safe. This is one of the parts that defines the Frequentis culture. So for us, it's very important to be a trusted supplier, a trusted advisor of our clients. Certainly, innovation and the capital and potential for innovation, a rich portfolio, is for us important as well. But to get the trust of our clients, it takes years. In Frequentis, we celebrated last year our 75th anniversary. And this is what we mean, safe and trust. And that is how digital, sustainable, safe is put together.
Thank you, Christoph, for joining me today on our inaugural episode of Aerial Views. It was great to speak with you.
Thanks a lot, Claudia. See you soon, Geneva.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for the invite.